Hey, thanks for sub, Keon. Oh, you were at MAGFest? Why didn't you say hello? Do you have any colds? Any blues? Any fevers?
It was great to chill with you again during the times we met at MAG.
Well, that's good, I guess. I'm used to having the flu when I get back. If it's just a cold, maybe I can still do things this week. That would be nice. That's a new sickness. I feel alright right now, but I'm sure that will pass by the time I'm done today. Sitting around is tough. Well, I'm just gonna give people a minute to get in here.
Dang.
Let's go ahead and do this. What the? That'll probably do. I bet that's enough. Hey, thanks for attending, everybody. Appreciate it. I mean, it went pretty well. It wasn't everything I hoped it would be, but we'll have some enhancements for it next year. I'm pretty sure I'm in business next year as far as good ideas. I think we're going to have something much more interesting than we've been doing, which has been a success, but I had a hard time coming up with ideas for how to do a live panel better until after it was done. And the third time gave me the first time I've had a disaster, really, where things stopped working. Might have played a part, but I think I have some good ideas for next time. Okay. I'm just so the commentary track is missing. All this is going to be is the music, game audio, and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk over it. It's perfect for that. MAGFest will have their own audio, which I'll be using probably when they post it on YouTube, which I don't have here. And you will see the audience a little bit when we pan to them, but mostly it's going to be the OBS point of view. So this is what's up on the projector screen in there. We're doing the same thing this year, at least, where we have 3 HP on each player that comes up, and I should be calling them soon. I do have a one-on-one situation going on here, so we have 2 players up at any time, which might not be the best way to do it. I might need to go away from that, but I think I like the team battles. We don't do 2-on-2. That's an entirely different format, and it could be done. I don't know if it would pan out as well, though. It's a little complicated. Part of the problem is that you won't know who your partner is at all, so it's a little strange. Wasted, thanks for the sub. So I recycled the speed bump thing. I thought it was just fine to use this to randomize the numbers, so we just called up some folks. I'll talk about the tech issues when we get there. If you're looking for avoiding spoilers, then maybe you shouldn't watch this, because we're awfully going to be able to tell who won by the scores that show up here. So Future Friend somehow ended up getting called first. obviously a friend of mine, and I think I made a mistake having them play Dr. Mario. It took forever. It should have been one match, maybe. It took a long time. I was unhappy with the pace. I didn't take into account that they wouldn't be very good at Dr. Mario. I should have made them... If I was going to use this, I should have made them play on higher difficulty, maybe. But even then, it just takes forever. So, immediately we are shown that, really neither one of these players really knows how this game works, or at least they haven't played it in a long time. I think they have the gist of it, but, Not a great start for Future Friend there. This is a best of 5, and, I turned it down to a best of 3 because it was taking forever, it was so long. I'm curious how long it actually is. I think it's 9 minutes, which is... You know what? I mean, looking at that... No, we started at 4 minutes. It's... Ugh. I'm watching the player mess up real bad. He could have brought that double down and killed the 2 blues down there. Anyway, it's like 5 minutes of Dr. Mario, and that's a big waste of time, in my opinion. That was a big mistake. It's 5 minutes, even though both players screwed up pretty bad here, and it looks like this game also will be wrapping up shortly, probably. Hey Storm, thanks for the sub. Let's fast forward some. You don't have to watch this. That player blue. Okay, so I knew something was wrong here, and it made it even worse. Something happened. I can pinpoint exactly when. Around here. Pay attention to the noise the game is making. I think somebody said something that was exciting, and Ty Tuesday I think was jumping around on stage as he does. He's a very energetic fellow. That's why I had him up there. I think he kicked the power cable on my laptop, and it turns out that my gaming laptop, if the power is pulled, it will try and save power by not using the video card anymore, and when that happens it runs like this, even on Dr. Mario. It's a very good laptop for that, in my opinion. It's not too bad at all, but without a power source, it ain't shit. And the battery on it also only lasts a couple hours, even in that mode, so... Oh man. I just want to point out that a Future Friend just dropped that pill. Oh. If he just dropped that pill straight down, he would take those 2 out. No, this game is slowed down now. It used to sound like this. This is normal speed. Anyway, we played like that for a while, and I checked the cables with them, and they said it was in there, but when we checked again, it wasn't, and I could tell something was wrong. I knew exactly what the problem was. So this is our first tech issue, and it made Dr. Mario take even longer, and we were all happy to see that it was gone when they finally collided. I was thinking maybe my encoder was upset, so I stopped the recording there, so we're gonna need a new one. Here it is. So ultimately, Future Friend lost a point already, and why it takes 2 up there. That's the name of the guy who came up. Mystery game. I had some really bad tech issue happen later. We'll talk about it when we get there. It was scary. We did fix it though, and things went okay despite them. Perfection. There's our audience. We can't hear them. I might play some music, I'm not sure. Our camera style for this is... It is what it is. I could bring a tripod or something for my webcam, but ultimately, there's our crowd. It's pretty big. We are missing a couple of rows in the back, but I mean, compared to last year, it's about the same. 300-400 people. I don't have exact numbers, but I think if you did the math on that, you would have a couple hundred at least. So we let them put 5 pieces in before they start, and they have 1 minute to finish the job, to finish the other 20. And there's a lot of confusion happening because there's a lot of like diamonds that are shaped slightly differently and S's that are backwards. He's got an S in his hand and he can't find out where it goes. Some of them are pretty easy, but oh man, this game's tough. Even given 5, it's a tough challenge. I think they're counting down. You can find a clip of this on Twitter if you want this clip. Somebody posted the ending, which is extremely in the 3-second mark right now. You can see Ty's shadow counting down. He did not complete the challenge. And we did not lose any of the perfection pieces either. We did good work. Okay, so player 1 on the left there lost heart, and we go to the game board here. I did make it so that they always had 6 choices no matter what. This worked okay. This was a good idea. Mega Man 1 was chosen, and pretty easy challenge. I think I need snappier challenges. I really need to get things that are 2 minutes or less. So this is a good one. Futurefin crushed it though. He's already here, and I don't have a clock on screen. Another little mistake I made. I had the clock on my own screen though, so no problem. I just should have had it here so we could see, you know, in the footage how much time was left. He's at about a minute. I think he did not get the bonus though. We'll see. Let me see. Oh, he did. He finished it with plenty of time. Mega Man Ace. There's also probably some input delay. I'm not sure. Probably HDMI input delay. Probably a little bit. This was an exciting little match. First place for 1 bonus point. I guess I should talk about my scoring while we race here. The way this goes is general challenges like F-Zero here. If they clear the challenge, they get 1 point, and if they do really well and get the bonus, they get 2. So any excellence is awarded with a bonus point. He chose to skip the healing, and I don't know why. Bold move. Overconfidence. Didn't make it. I don't feel like you lose much time at all. You lose less than a second to heal up to full. Big mistake. So he's down to 2 hearts already. 1 heart. Here's where we're realizing that, no, not yet. We're doing screen cap. Okay, that's fine. Feel free to guess if you did not attend. I don't care. We're not monitoring chat right now. Games. 3D World Runner. Obvious one here, I think. I tried to keep one of them easy. Medium and hard. This one here is Dragon's Dogma. Pretty rough. So Futurefin gets 1 point for that. The other mystery game is... what was it? I forget. It was something goofy. Oh, I remember. Wyatt here got stuck with both mystery challenges. That sucks. Man. Flip slide. So I had a problem with Simon last year. I thought it was really boring. It had the Dr. Mario problem where it just wasn't interesting. So I found Hell Simon. And I think I gave the player a break here and gave them a couple extra seconds to make sure that they understood how to play while they were learning. He's teaching him the rules here. So I think this camera work actually shows pretty well what's going on. I think Maddie did an alright job. I remember looking at the screen. You have to match the colors. You can slide it, and you can flip it around. All 4 colors are on each piece here. You have to match the red, green, yellow, and blue. Ultimately, what he's looking to do is solving 11 of these in 1 minute. And currently, it's he started at 12:45. So I'm going to see if he actually did win or not. I think that I gave him a break. I think it was doing okay, and I thought he did a good enough job to merit staying in. Maybe I felt bad for him for getting both mystery games. I definitely like to do live panel stuff when I can, because of the new environment. I have a lot more options. I am unrestricted. I don't think I have a big preference to do things like Mario Kart 101s, but I have the ability. And it's new, and it's sometimes interesting, like fighting games I can do. It's pretty easy to tell yellow from green in real life. It's a very bright lime green. I mean, I don't know about color blindness though. Okay, he actually did do it in about a minute. I gave him credit. It was actually pretty close, so nice work. Got that done. Here's where we found out the Quizler's broken, and I'm going to measure how much time I lost to this disaster. So it would appear that we lost a minute and just went to Blitz, which is fine. Blitz worked. And that's interesting because they operate very similarly, so one of them is working and the other one is not. This is me delaying on the music too. I need to fix these problems. The delay on administration is my fault. Future Friend is doing a very good job. Too good. He got them all right. So he gets a bonus. I always alternate here, and team battles don't exist on the wheel. I thought that was a good idea, to just do team battles when anyone came up. It seemed to work pretty well. I think we hit quiz again. Yeah, this happened a bunch. There's a lot of quiz on the board. No, we hit game challenge. Okay, here we go. I definitely need hotkeys, so... last year we only had 2 quiz questions, and I tried to fix that, but then it broke, and it was not good. This was rough. Well, I took Team Battle off the wheel because I wanted to control the pacing a little bit. I did a test game with Team Battle on the wheel, and it really cluttered the wheel because there were like 12. Because I need players who come up to be able to play something and not just wait around. That's something I changed. It was a good idea for that. Helps me figure out whose turn it's going to be. And it helps pace the game. It guarantees a game happens every couple of things. It's a really good idea, I think. So here comes Mario World. Which didn't go great. You hear that skipping? That's my computer being crappy, actually, and I don't know why. It's like not able to run this quite as well as I was hope. It's not so bad, but it's losing a frame every, I don't know, 8 seconds.
I hear portable stove is not afraid to bubs.
This fella died to every single obstacle that there was. I didn't expect this. I put a 2-minute timer on this. I did not expect a game over. But, you know what? Foresight failed me here. Okay, next up, we have a new player. It took a while to set Mario Kart up, but it was just a race. This wasn't too interesting. I think I would rather race one of the modern racing games like Sonic All-Stars or Mario Kart 8. This one's just boring. I didn't think it was great. I thought it would be a good idea, but ultimately I'm watching it and I didn't enjoy watching it as much as I would have enjoyed those games. They're more complicated. There's more room for whatever. Here we see the player losing because they just didn't get any good items. They just barely lose. That's pretty lame. So Future Friend takes another one. I'm still having trouble with Quizler and it sucks butt. It's real bad. I tried to fix it here for like way too long, like 3 minutes. They were doing jokes up front, so it wasn't just sitting around. There's another Quizler Blitz in the meantime. I did handpick a bunch of challenges. Creature Friend crushing another one here. I think he missed this one though. Yeah. That stopped him. That stopped him. He only got 1 point. What do we do here? We keep hitting quiz. Yeah, I mean, might as well go through the questions, right? Woodman destroys Airman, though Metal Man may also. Alter deals is the answer to this one. Cecil becomes a platinum up there. Storm Eagle's ship crashes on Spark Mandrill stage. Maddie told me the name of this Pokemon like 10 times to try and get me to say Gyarados right. I don't know if I did. Earthquake is useless against this thing, whatever it is, I don't actually know. And Bahamut hands out upgrades in Final Fantasy 1. Those are our questions. I think we're almost out of Blitz at this point, and that's bad news because I don't have Quizler help me out. Yeah, see, we hit another one. If nothing else, my recording mostly recorded correctly, so we got that going for us. Future Friend staying alive. It's 1 more point. Back to Quizler, and at this point, I believe Drastic Actions literally came up on stage. Fixed it, gave me a hug, walked off stage. While he walked off stage, though, he closed the window that he was using to test it. And what had happened was Chrome made a new tab for him, so the thing he closed was my wheel. So we lost that as well. It was a different tech issue came, a much less significant one, though, because we weren't too far in. You're going to see the wheel change back, though, because of that. Which I have a fix for, a sort of a fix. But we managed to keep the variety going. I was able to ban a couple tiles with the wheel system that we had programmed for emergencies. I was able to turn off a couple of the things. So we're back to Quizler Blitz. And Quizler now is going to replace all the Quizler Blitzes. Because that's fixed and we're out of content for Quizler Blitz. I only programmed 20 questions. That's why we had to stop on Quizler Blitz. We switched to straight Quizler at this point. Which they only get 1 question. And here's me realizing my wheel is messed up. You can see some of my administration UI over there. I have to fix this. Takes me a bit too. There it is. Okay, so the wheel's back in full swing. The scores were lost. And I have to type them back in manually here. I also messed up and deleted the quiz board that we had, but that's okay, because we only had 12 questions. It's fine. I think that's about it for tech. After that, the last, looks like 50 minutes were smooth sailing for the most part. A couple issues here and there, but they were all very minor. The tech at this point was in full swing, so about halfway through the show, we resolved everything. This question is not as bad as it seems because Billy Bob Johns is a joke the game uses for Maximilian there. He is a country bumpkin kind of dude. And his name is thusly. We're calling a new player up. Future Friend's gone through 2 opponents already. This player chose, oh, we're doing a team battle. That's right. Marble Madness. Marble Madness is a very fun team player thing, actually. They collide into each other. It's got a system built in where the player who gets the finish line first gets bonus time. It's also extremely generous, and the game is just easier on co-op. If one of the players here has a very hard time, they get a full restore on their time in the next level. So in that way, Future Friend actually, being familiar with Marble Madness, helps his opponent out, sort of indirectly, because their opponent is not so familiar with this game, turns out. Big mistake here. I didn't know you could get over here, really. I've never done it before, but you can do this. And then you lock yourself in to the absolute most miserable place on level 1. We actually do have an indicator for who gets what controller. If we ever mixed it up, then we messed up. Our controllers tell us pretty clearly who's player 1 and player 2. Future Friend should not be player 1 here, but he is. He's the blue marble. I appreciate that they both opted to go the ramp. So they both just got 10 seconds for free or whatever, for some reason. The game just being nice to them. Here comes the devilish pit, net pit. This thing sucks. Future Friend first tried it. I think the player gave up after that. Well. Okay, so if you have not seen this footage yet, if you weren't in attendance, you can go ahead and guess in the chat if it makes you happy on any of these sound tests. My Winamp plugin, it crashed in a way that was unsolvable. I probably need to clear the cache. So I have this ugly spectrum analyzer, but it works. Oh, I hate it. I miss my fire themed one so much. My hint for this one is it's done by Danny Elfman of Simpsons fame, right? They got it. It's Fable. This is the field theme. Where you get called Chicken Chaser right out the gate. That stupid main area. Hollis, thanks for the sub. Feeling sad. I feel like my biggest mistake of all was not playing the Feeling Sad intro. I don't think I did. I made sure to include it, and then I didn't turn it on like an absolute dope. I was probably pretty flustered working on a laptop and also having so much tech issues. I did not play it. That's awful. We gave them Joust, but wait. Joust.
Congrats on another live pit.
Well, we were hoping that the noise from the arcade cabinet would get picked up, but it did not. Joust isn't a very noisy game. I gave them Qbert and Joust, and Qbert, when I opened it up, it didn't work in the store. And when I opened it up to see why, thinking maybe I just needed to replace the batteries, the batteries had exploded and corroded the springs on Qbert. It was absolutely destroyed. To fix that, I'd have to get out a soldering iron.
Smite you cruel, cruel man.
Our mics at MAGFest here, they are very, they're very much designed, I forget what they're called. Are they dynamic mics? They are very, very much the mics you get up and eat almost. You have to talk directly into them to pick up anything. So, of course, it didn't pick up Joust. It was, it's just not set up for that kind of thing. It's very low. You have to speak loudly and in front of it, or it won't make any noise. I actually have a mic like that, but I have it turned way up, and I think it sounds pretty good. It just happens to sound pretty good. It's not what you're supposed to do. So here I rolled the mystery game and realized I need to start messing with the wheel properties to stop repeats that we don't even have anymore. I've already done both mystery games. I'm actually going to do Speed Bump on Sunday. It's just going to be a 2-week quest. Because I had MAGFest and Author Blues is at AGDQ, so we didn't do anything yet for that. Back to Quizboard, which works! This is great. Things that work. I can tell you what the problem is with Quizler. For some reason, it had a resource request for jQuery. It requires internet. So as I pour over this thing in my hotel room with Wi-Fi 100 times to make sure everything works, I'm connected to the internet. Blitz doesn't, for some reason, have the same requirement. So what Drastic Actions did, more or less, was copy that call and tell it that it was locally stored. And he fixed Quizler by copying Quizler Blitz stuff into it. And it stopped requesting for internet, and suddenly it worked. We haven't done any drawbridge yet, and we haven't done... I have a lot of sound tests. That's a weakness for Mega Man 2's final boss. Is it Bubble Lead or Bubble Lead? We've done one screen crap. I've got more. I don't remember if we did the rest. If I had asked for internet, they would have probably given it to me. Well, we have a third defeat for Future Friend here. He's beaten another player, so we need another person in the audience. We ended up having 200 people take cards, roughly. I don't know how many people were there, but there were at least 200 who were interested in playing, so... That's my estimate. It's between 200 and 400 people, I think. I bet there were like 300 all told. Not everybody wants to come on stage. That's fine. Sunray World Smash Ball also took us a little bit of setup, but we got it working. There we go. This is always a fun one. I forget what they answered with. The YouTube video will have the audio for the player, so you'll be able to check that. I don't know when they're going to put that on YouTube, probably in a month or so, based on last year. I planned to have 12 people come up, and ultimately we had about 8. It wasn't as many as I wanted. I'm actually not sure how many people came up, but I think it was 7 or 8. I'm going to explore ways to keep things balanced and still have more people come up. It doesn't help that Feature Friend has like 12 points, but you know what? That kind of thing happens too. I need to account for that. I think Feature Friend is the fish man. I've got some really good ideas. I tweeted about how it's actually kind of frustrating to have really good ideas and have to sit on them forever. Those are the kind of ideas I have for this live panel. So, assuming I'm back next year, which seems likely, I certainly will try and get there. I'll have some nice stuff going on, I think. Shadow Ziggy is also a friend of the show, and he has eliminated Future Friend at last. I don't know if he's a friend of the show really, but I meet him at every MAGFest, more or less. Happy to see him come up. Who's next? Okay, Portable Stove. Okay, so we have, I don't think I missed any names here. So yeah, we only have 6 players so far. Anticipation begins. I felt like this was pretty easy, but then it wasn't what I thought it was. They accidentally buzzed in too early. Yeah, I thought it was Donut. Donut is wrong. I would have buzzed in instantly and guessed Donut, and I would have been wrong. That's what I would have done if I was playing. Because it's actually this. It's an egg. It's such a bad shape for a football. It doesn't look like the right shape at all. And that's how Portable So, I think, won that one. Got 2 points and the board. I accidentally gave points to Ziggy, but I reset it. I'm so messed up here. I need to get my hotkeys so I can stop making so many mistakes in administration here. Well, there's Bubsy. I wish I had the audio for you because it was cursed. The crowd right now, you have 300 or 400 people putting the peer pressure on to play this piece of shit that just popped up. So of course, Portable Stove chose to play it. I think it was Portable Stove who's up now, and they learned that the roller coaster is bad luck. My dog is upset about Bubsy. The goal here is to get 100 yarn. Finishing the stage is worth a bonus point, but if you finish the stage without getting 100 yarn, you'll just have to keep going and finish getting 100 yarn in the next level, which is not a good idea. Not really. It gets worse pretty fast in Bubsy. There's a secret. Couldn't access. Getting really lucky with not getting hit by these things. Like, there's eggs flying all over the place. That jump right there made me lose my mind because extremely close call on getting wiped out like 6 times in a row. But did not make it. They didn't make the connection with the egg, so he's still going. And right now we're at 76. Again, really close. 87, 13 shy. Luckily hits the ending at full speed. I was hooting and hollering that he might not make it, but there it is. If you hit this fast enough, you'll get both done at once. With 6 extra. Bubsy was beaten. And the crowd was very excited. They were cheering Bubsy's name, and I hated it. I complained. Let's load up the wheel. At last, art. I gotta get more music ready next time and stuff. I might need to bring a better laptop just in general. I definitely need to bring my hotkey stuff. I need to bring something. Make me go crazy trying to work with this thing. Maddie wasn't thrilled about working with my laptop to draw either. What do you think? It is Donkey Kong. MAGFest was Donkey Kong themed. I have Donkey Kong hand sanitizer, a Donkey Kong fanny pack, a Donkey Kong badge that lights up and plays Tetris and Joust, a Donkey Kong pair of sunglasses. What else did I get? I have a Donkey Kong squeezy banana, and it's like a stress ball kind of thing. A Donkey Kong bandana. Donkey Kong at work is the prompt. Business DK. Close enough. They got it. Next spin. So what we ultimately had here was half of the audience that came up was friends of the show, and they all did very well. Shadow, Ziggy, and Portable Stove here doing extremely well too, just like Future Friend. They're getting high scores. They're completing tasks. They're not really losing any hearts, and it's affecting how many people get to come up. And ultimately, it was literally half as many players as I wanted to come up because of the heart count and the skill of the players. So we're gonna fix those issues, man. I've got ideas. What was the question? Oh, this question's crazy. Perfect bonus is a real thing. I asked Big John about this. He was upstairs speedrunning Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And when he was done, I asked him if he knew the answer to this question, and he did not. So there you have it. You have to turn around and go back and get all the rings to get 50,000 points, which is not very many, by the way. In terms of points, that's not even a dent. Only one heart lost. I feel like I missed a team battle heart loss here, but that's alright. Every single level in Sonic, you can backtrack and get every single ring. It's true. Every single ring. I watched a task. It's 15 minutes long to do the whole game that way. Bubble Bobble is new. What's up? Nobody playing. Tetris is here. I think this was Ziggy. I think they want to take on the Tetris challenge. 7 level height 3. So I did this in the challenge room. It's actually pretty annoying. If you set it to 9 and 5, you're almost at the mercy of RNG to beat this stupid thing. But that's how you unlock like Samus playing an instrument with Mario, Luigi. They're all there. I think Donkey Kong and Link, and there's Pit and maybe one more character, Bowser, on the accordion, are in an ending screen. If you can clear 25 lines on whatever you pick here, you get some kind of ending that's different from the A-type, and that's what happens here. If you did this one, you'd get like Samus and a couple of them. Not all of them, but a couple. This is pretty brutal. you do have to have the height set, and level 5 height is very close to the top. So at level 9, it's very likely you're just gonna blow up, and you need a good luck go. Level 3 though, not so bad. You have plenty of room. I mean, that doesn't help. That's not a good move, but you know what? We can work with this. They picked the wrong music, I think. That's the problem. That's the real issue here. It's cursed. I wouldn't even recognize this from Tetris, maybe. If you asked me to identify it, I wouldn't even know. You're still good. You're still good. You can still recover this. I think I'd be okay to play this field still. You can still win this. It's not that fast. You can still do it. It's really luck-based now, but you can... Oh, no. 25 lines to go. Did not succeed. Wasn't ready for that nest Tetris stuff. One heart down. Game board back. Donkey Kong Country 2, the race. 2 deaths and they're out on this one. Yeah, Tetris is when you use the line piece. It's the only way to do it, to clear 4 lines at once. So what you do is you leave a 4-line vertical gap, and then you put the stick piece right down that gap, and you get 4 lines. That's a Tetris. That's the namesake, and you get a bunch of points for that. In Nest Tetris, especially, you get a truckload of points. So if you're going for score, it's a multiplier. A bit tricky. Did not succeed. Feeling Sad was hit. So this Feeling Sad challenge competes with Joust for Feeling Sad status. It wasn't as creative. It's an old hat Feeling Sad challenge. Ghouls and Ghosts, whatever level, it doesn't matter, right? They're all bad news. Get through this area. You have 2 tries. I don't really like this challenge, but I threw it in. I don't really like it for this panel, but I threw it in because I just didn't have any other ideas at the time, and I wanted to get moving on making sure everything else worked. Well, dang. Okay. That's it. Ghouls and Ghosts didn't have any mercy on that stun lock there. Screen crap. So they guessed this one really fast, Shining Force 2. Nobody guessed this one, and if y'all watch my broadcast, you might know the answer to this. Here's a pretty obvious one. This is the Civilization 5 leader for the Celts. They did not get it, I don't think. More drawing. Gigantamax Meowth, I think, was what he said it was. I don't know what that is exactly, but he drew that thing there. Sound test. You can tell my wheel weights are doing work as I try and fix losing the wheel. That little loop's all we got for you. It's Mega Man X5. Boss stage start begins. One more sound test. I think this is the last one. We have 6 minutes left, which means yes, we did only have 6 players, and that's literally half of what I intended. That's right, it's Mario Party. Metroid Prime was correctly guessed, and we, I think, are getting a warning at this point that we're almost out of time. So I'm trying to move things along here. That question was correct. Yeah, this is it. So we hit Gambler, and they're telling me we're done, we're finished, we're out of time. So I wrapped things up with a very slow to begin team battle. The last 3 minutes or so are that. That team battle is ending. I showed them the prizes that we had for first and second place, and Future Friend abstained from taking a prize, so at this point in time we are showing them our Mega Man X replica Buster, which was really nice, and I miss it a lot already. It was very loud and cool. It lights up. You can charge a bunch of shots. If you turn it off, it sounds like Mega Man died. The second place was one of those dolls that I have in the background of Luigi. This is a Wizard of Legend one-on-one with the same spells. I let them pick the stage and mess around with their spells a little bit before they jumped in. One of them eventually does go up and choose the stage. And then the battle begins. Best of 3. Wind stage. On that Buster, the closing sale for a store that's local. I saw Mega Man 1 Buster, but it was for kids. This was a replica, and it was really meant for cosplay kind of thing. Nice. Always yell Luigi. I can tell you, as somebody who played this game a lot, that they have some very good spells. The melee wind spell is the worst one. It's definitely a last resort kind of thing. You can pick up new spells if you want, but wouldn't recommend it because you'd have to replace these really good ones, I think. That shotgun water blast is very strong, and it's their upgraded attack. They get 1, and that's the good one. The sword, the flaming sword, has a dot on it. It causes burn, so also very good. The shield dash move fires an orb forward, and if you can pin them against the wall, it does a truckload of damage. Otherwise, yeah, not too much. It does some, but it is a dash dodge, so it's not really meant to be anything special. Now it looks like the player on the right did pick up a second spell, and it goes into the L button slot. So this is our finale battle. I had more, but we didn't get through all the content I meant to. Tech issues really slowed me down. The pacing of things needs improved. Something to work on. I think people had a good time anyway. I'm a harsh critic on my own stuff. I don't like it when I'm messing up and messing around a lot. When I lose like 10 minutes of showtime, 10 to 15 minutes of showtime to set up and tech issues. I feel bad. Out of 90 minutes, we had one less contestant than last year, I think. That's not great. We only had an hour last year, and we had more players play. So ultimately, I think last year did a better job. It was more concise. I wasn't terribly unhappy with this. It wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't, I would say last year's panel was better. Ultimately, I believe Shadow Ziggy was blue. Again, they have the wrong controllers, so Portable Stove, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm completely losing my mind, was the winner here and got the Mega Man X Buster, which I don't know if we taped or not. I think we had him hold up the Buster and shoot it into the mic, but that's not shown here. Yeah, if you have a picture available, by all means. Oh, you know what? I can give you permission. This regular Z command is a more permanent sort of solution for that. There it is. Yeah, there's the Buster. There I am with my blue hair looking blurry and silly. I saw this picture. I remember retweeting this. Though somehow it's not retweeted. It must be bad internet. I remember zooming in on myself on my phone, and I just look like I'm in a Renaissance painting because of the distortion and stuff on the phone from that distance that you're photographing. But yeah, I mean, it looks like that thing fits all right. I mean, Portable Stove's here. You can let me know what you think about that prize. That's pretty nice. I did take the 69 card. I was thinking about trying Ring Fit. I bought it. I wanted to stream it, but I am just not feeling like an exercise game is something I can handle. I don't think I should broadcast too much during AGQ anyway. I really like the Buster a lot. We played with it a bunch and we kept it off stream. I'll show you Ring Fit probably this week, Ribbon. Hold on. We'll get it. We'll play it. It'll be fine. We do have a speed bump challenge for you on Sunday. I'll have to get with Off the Blues and figure out what it's going to be, but we'll have one for sure, and I'll give out the prizes for last month as well. Thanks for coming by, everybody. I'm going to take a little rest. I think I got the cold. I don't think it's the flu. I don't have a fever. I don't think. I just have a extreme discomfort. I'm not used to being sick, so it always hits me a little harder. I'll find somebody to broadcast over to, but AGDQ is running, so obviously if you're interested in speedrunning, that's the place to go. Hey, have a good night, everybody.